I'll get started on the... Aren't they gorgeous? Look at that. What do you think? We did those before. Oh, he's checking it out. What do you think?
Smells delicious.
Is that all
Smells
right?
delicious.
Okay.
Looks delicious.
I hope it's your recipe.
Oh, yes.
It better be.
It is.
Well, you put those on a platter. Here's the platter.
All right.
I'll get started on your gravy. Now, Officer Brown then suggests, correct me now if I do something wrong here.
Right.
That's too much fat for sure. Excuse me, let me get rid of the fat that's in this frying pan. There we go. In the same frying pan in which we've browned the chicken, and I did just 6 breasts at a time. How many guys do you cook for?
Well, we cook 12 usually at a shift, depending. Not everybody always eats. Sometimes people are on diets and...
Diets in a firehouse?
It's very hard.
I don't even think you're telling me the truth.
Well...
All right, I will need a couple tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to reach over. Is that all right?
Sure.
I saw the kitchen at 98. That's you know, they're not talking about an excess of equipment. So there we are. A couple of tablespoons of butter, and he uses a cup of mushrooms for a gravy. So we'll saute those in a hurry. Does this dish sound rich? But it's going to hold up. That's the point of our conversation today. Look at that. Some young lad in Indiana is watching me put my hands in a hot frying pan, and he's wondering, the mushrooms aren't hot, son. The mushrooms aren't hot yet. I don't suggest you do that much. Okay. Now, to bind this, we both agreed on some flour, right?
Sure.
Good tablespoon?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm putting that right into the oil, you see.
Let it cook a while.
Yeah, that's right. And that will allow us to... Oh, you've got the spatula. I'm going to take that from you.
Go ahead.
You're going to have to dig another one out of the end of the pile there.
I can always touch it when you're here.
We're going to cook those. See, mix the... we're making a roux around the mushrooms. You understand? There we go. Okay. And then we'll add some liquid to that, some juice of some sort to make a nice gravy for the top of all hands Greek stuff, literally spinach and feta cheese stuffed chicken breast from the Bronx. Those guys must just love it when it's your day to cook. Why don't you give me that sauce? That looks too good to lose. Let's throw it right in here. I'm too frugal, Jimmy, to waste anything.
Well, I wouldn't waste it either.
Good. Look, that's the rich part. That's what you want. Oh, boy. Look at it go. All right. Now, we're going to add a little bit of dry white wine to that. What do you want, about a cup?
As much as... That looks good. Right?
Okay. All right, about a cup of wine. What happened to our chicken broth? Do I want some chicken broth in there? Yes. Yeah. It's right here. You got it? Okay, good. Throw her in. I'll get some parsley ready for you. Oh, and you wanted a lemon.
Yeah, I like a little lemon.
Okay.
So a little tang to it.
The gravy then is the sautéed mushrooms with a little bit of butter, a tablespoon of flour, a cup, correct me now, a cup of white wine and a cup of chicken broth, right?
Right.
And we'll let that cook down a bit, and that should thicken up nice. And I'll put in about a tablespoon or so of lemon juice. Is that about right? Okay.
Okay. You got it.
Oh, this is going to be great. You know, I already cooked this before. You can't. I tasted one the other day. Well, I don't know, we must have tasted 40, 50 dishes to figure out who's going to win the contest. Yeah. And my cook and I, Craig, who helps me with all of this, came running into my office one day after we'd been testing like mad, and he says, "I've got it." He said, it's the Bronx chicken. You know,
I was glad
the old
about
Bronx
that.
chicken. So this is it. Well, it's done. You want to put the gravy on the top?
Sure.
I have a ladle for you here somewhere.
I have a... Oh,
Here we go. This will work for you. Is that too large?
No, that's
I thought
fine.
I had a small one here. Here you go. Here you go.
Good.
That'll be better for you.
All right.
And I have some parsley garnish for you. And we can set all of this out for a great fireman's cheer. Pot holder?
Pot holder?
Okay. Isn't it awful trying to cook in somebody else's kitchen?
Yeah, I don't know where everything
I know,
is.
but believe me, I couldn't drive your fire truck. When I see you guys go out on a call, When Channing was very young, he wanted to be a fireman, clown, mailman. I thought that was a bit ambiguous, but you know, he was only 23 at the time, so I figured I'd wait and see what he decided on. But we've been fond of firemen ever since.
And we always try and keep some gravy extra, so if we do get a run, we just reheat the gravy and...
Wait a minute, give me that again. You keep the gravy, some of the gravy separate.
I always like to make a lot of gravy, so if we do get a run and we go out, you can always just reheat the gravy and re-pour it back over it, and it's...
By run, you mean...
By going
the
out.
alarm goes.
Right.
I couldn't do it. Okay, how about some parsley? You want to throw some parsley on that? And we'll set it out, and I will return the... Isn't he good? Next time a fireman...
I've been watching you for a long time.
You're a sweetheart. Cut it out. Now, I want to ask you a question. When cooking or not, when you're in the firehouse, Jimmy, what happens in your mind when the alarm goes off? What do you think about?
Well, we think about whether it's a job or whether it's just a false alarm. And if it sounds like it's going to be a fire, we start moving and we start getting...
They tell me that heart attacks are much higher among firemen than just about anything else because when that alarm goes off, all of a sudden you've got to be awake and you've been asleep.
A lot of adrenaline, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, driving is tough.
Are you an engineer? Do you drive?
Sometimes I drive, yes.
I see. Engineer drives the truck, kids. Got that? Okay.
And you have to know exactly where you're going. And if you're in a big area, you have a lot of addresses to remember, where the fire hydrants are.
You guys are my heroes. There's one more thing I want you to remember, and it's very important to me. Outside of Engine Company number 98 is a monument to Lieutenant Edmund Caglianese, who died in the line of duty just about a year ago. And here's his helmet on the top. So next time you see a fire truck go by, please remember that the real motto here is this: have you hugged your fireman today? These guys lay their life on the line for us, and I'm really inspired. They're the ones that make me patriotic. And I hope that today you've understood that the principle behind firehouse cooking means that you can get up and run off and help someone else and still come back and find a meal that will hold together and be attractive.